God is in you. Telepathy. Do you believe in it? It's an interesting question because most people probably do not. But why? Why don't people use telepathy? Or why don't they understand the benefit or the advantages of telepathy? Being able to communicate with another person without using your voice, because you are connecting to the energetic pulse or the energy field or frequency that reaches the other person. Yes. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever practiced telepathy for an entire week? For 1 week, that means Monday through Sunday, every morning, you are practicing telepathy. Now, most people have heard of telepathy. They're aware of it. And then there are those who are actually using it. Yes, there are some very highly advanced human beings that use telepathy all the time. Do you? Have you ever tested this? Have you ever put this to the test and actually took notes of the experience? Meaning you wrote down what happens each time you intentionally use telepathy in order to keep track of how fast it happens or how slow it happens, how many people you reach. Do you have the connection to certain people and not others? Are you aware of this? Telepathy is a gift to you. It is a part of your birthright. It can work with people who are living, and it can work with people who are no longer in human form. That's right. The relative that just passed, oh yeah, you can communicate with that energy, which means communication does not end when someone dies. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Telepathy. Telepathy. This is something you should put to the test to see the strength of it, to see where your level's at. I do episodes on this. I have an episode called Know Your Levels or Knowing Your Levels. And I also have an episode called Energy is Everything. And this is the truth. So for those of you who question this, the easiest way for you to find out if this is true is to put it to the test. Test it out. Give yourself a week, just 1 week, to see the strength of your telepathy. And make sure that you take notes on this. Make sure you write it down. Write down the time, write down the date, and just what took place. Who did you try to communicate with? Did you try to communicate with your boyfriend, your grandmother, your mother, your father, your cousin, your friend, your coworker, your mentor? Who did you try to communicate with for that entire week? Was it multiple people? Was it just one person every single day? That might be a good exercise. One person. Pick one person. Maybe it's a person who just passed. I say transition because a person goes from human form to spiritual form. But for one entire week, if you were to every single morning or every night before bed, attempt to communicate with whoever this person is or was, what would be the result? Many people fear this. And the reason why they fear it is because they don't understand it. You only understand what happens in the physical realm. What you see, touch, hear, taste. That's what you understand. You live it. You're in it right now. So that's how your mind processes things. You perceive it the way that you perceive it. It's easy. But the spiritual side, that's the side where confusion is, even from the people who are faithful, even from people who go to church, even from people who are the most religious of all religious people. They even struggle with this idea. So it's not just the people who are agnostic or atheist. All human beings struggle with the idea of being able to communicate with the unseen, or just the unseen in general. Telepathy. Telepathy. You have the gift. For some of you, it's very advanced. And then for some of you, not so much. But if you were to practice it, what kind of experiences would you begin to have? Let's try this. We're going to do 3 30-second rounds. 3 30-second rounds. I'm going to count, so don't worry about that. I will count silently. Round 1. You're just going to breathe normal. You don't have to breathe deep, and you can do this with your eyes closed or do it with your eyes open. Okay? You're just going to breathe. That's it. 30 seconds, I will count. Ready and go. All right, and relax, relax, relax. Okay, here we go. Round 2, you are going to breathe deep. Okay, you are going to breathe deeper than you did in round 1. You can have your eyes closed or leave them open. Ready and go. And come on back, come on back. All right, round 3. Now this one is very specific, and you're going to have to do everything possible to prevent your emotions from coming to the surface, okay? I want you to pick a person or a person that used to exist. Okay, this could be a person that is living or a person who is no longer in human form. And I want you to communicate with this person or energy of the person. Okay? Try not to have your emotions at the surface. Concentrate and focus. Don't forget to breathe. 30 seconds. Ready and go. All right, come on back. Come on back. Stay calm. Relax. Relax. Stay calm. Yes. All right. Now, if you were thinking of a person who is living, do not be surprised if you later on find out that they were thinking about you at the exact time that you were doing these drills. Okay? If you find out that they were thinking about you at the exact moment that you were doing these drills, do not be surprised, because they probably felt you or heard you. Okay? And if you were thinking of or trying to communicate with someone who is no longer in human form, do not be surprised if you start to have dreams of this person. You might even start to actually see, feel, or even smell this person. Okay? Or get auditory messages from this person. This person will no longer be able to do things the way that they did it before, but you will have communication. The biggest fear when someone dies, or I use the word transition, the biggest fear is that you will no longer be able to interact with the energy. And that is not true. You will be able to interact with it in an entirely different way. And telepathy, meditation will put you in position to do that. Okay? So, try this for the rest of this week, both with the living, and if you'd like to communicate with the relative who just recently passed or transitioned, feel free to do that. That will give you a boost of joy to know that the communication will continue. Try this for this week. Learn your gifts. Learn your gifts. This is one of them. Use it.